Hey guys, Evan Ork here, back in another video. Today we're going to be doing a review on this World War II Sherman tank. Now I know you guys might be confused, and that's rightfully so, because this is not an ordinary review on something kaiju related like Godzilla, Ultraman, Gamera. No, this is, and again, I have done reviews, by the way, of things that are not in those arenas, but this is just going to be another one of those videos, but this is a review based off of this M4 tank, which I actually got last week. And I didn't make a box tape for it because I didn't think it was that deserving of one. But yeah, I got this recently and I thought this would be cool to review because, again, I have reviewed things that are not kaiju related. So I'm really excited to review this. So the first thing I have to say about this tank, the first thing I like about it, is the detail. Now the detail on this tank is really, really good. And by the way, I'm just giving you a heads up. I might say figure a few times instead of tank because I'm usually used to saying figure. But, you know, just be aware that it's because I'm not used to reviewing a tank before. But anyways, as I said, the detail on this tank is really, really good. And I think you can already know what I'm talking about just by saying that right off the bat. You have really nice detail here on the wheels. I mean, you can see the lines here that make up the wheels. I mean, it's really, really precise, you know, and then you have the actual material that rolls the tank, also pretty good detail. You also have the front part of the tank in terms of the turret and a lot of the top equipment of the turret, which is also really nicely done in terms of its detail. A lot of the front areas really nicely detailed, and it's also got, again, same thing with the wheels on the other side, and you know, back here too it has little mechanisms. So this is really, really nice when it comes to detail. Really, really nice. So yeah, let's get into believe it or not, I'm gonna already go off on the cons of this tank. So that's right, the usual two pros that I usually give most of the things I review, such as, other than detail, they are paint job and articulation. I'm not going to give as a pro for the reason that they are not that good when it comes to this tank. And I'm going to say why in a second, but first let me start with the big cons and then get to the nitpicks as I usually do. The biggest problem is the articulation. There is no articulation but one single joint, and as you might already expect, and thank God they had it at least here, not anywhere else, it's the turret that can go 360, and it's fine. It's perfect movability when it comes to that. It's not loose, it's not hard to move, not stiff. It's perfect, but it's still only one joint. Now, I'm not going to be like Bandai figure, and I'm not going to be like how I am when it comes to reviewing Bandai figures, where it's like, well, it should have had at least 4 joints or something like that, 5 joints, 6 joints. I'm not going to say that, because I'll admit, and I'll be fair, that this tank doesn't really have any opportunities to move that much. But one big area that they could have done, which would have been 2 more added joints, is both wheels. I mean, all wheels on this side and all wheels on that side. And we've seen a lot of, I mean, Hot Wheels, when they make, I think they make some tanks that I have or had, and they could move, so I don't understand why they couldn't have used the same material to have this move. And sure, it can still technically move, you know, like this, right? But that doesn't look genuine. It looks kind of strange. So they could have had the wheels move for both sides. And again, maybe this was meant for posing, and that's why they didn't do it, but I just can't say that the articulation is good on this when they didn't give the ability for it to move. So again, you would have had this, that, and this joint, and I would have been fine. That would have been 3 joints of articulation, all the main areas you would have needed. Maybe it would have been cool to have the actual turret itself as a separate joint so it can go up and down while this thing moves. Maybe that would have been 4 joints, but that's really about what I would have liked to see, and that's not what ended up happening. So another issue I have is the paint job. The reason why I didn't give this any pros in terms of paint job, because it's one very bland army color, and that is, you know, darkish green. Or, you know, it's weird. You would call it dark green, but I can see people call it, you know, light green. It's like if you, yeah, it's like a mix of dark green, light green, and gray. That's, you know, the casual army color you see on a lot of things army related in terms of toys and stuff like that. But anyways, there's only one color. I mean, they weren't specific. I'm just positive that when it comes to the Sherman tank, there had to have been just the wheels themselves, but not counting that, there had to have been some areas of the Sherman tank that looked different from the casual army green that they could have colored in accurately. But no, other than the stickers, because these are stickers, by the way, they're not painted on. That's why, if they were painted on, maybe we wouldn't be talking about how paint job's a con. But it wasn't. These are stickers. So just the general color, they could have done a little bit more with the paint job, and I would have been fine with that. And last but not least, the final nitpick I have with this is the stickers themselves. And they have a little bit trouble sticking on, and I don't know why. As you can, I mean, I thoroughly kind of pushed my finger on them and made sure that they were sealed before I filmed this review. But before I did, they were kind of starting to peel off, and I'm almost positive that's what's going to happen in a few days from now. Now that I've, you know, stiffened it. So we'll see what happens with that. But the stickers aren't so great. I don't understand why they couldn't have painted on it. I just don't understand. Not only would you have taken away the stickers con, which is I guess a nitpick, but you also could have taken away the original con of the paint job. So again, them not doing that, I really don't understand. But you know, they're the ones in charge, not me. These are just suggestions and issues I have with the toy. So anyways, I'd rate this tank figure, whatever you call it, a 7.5 out of 10. I know that's a little bit lower than the usual things I rate, but that's just me being brutally honest. But again, it's nice to have in your collection. It's a fun collectible if you're into Army toys, Army-related things. I am into those things. Not as much as I used to, but I somewhat am, and they're fun, and they're actually usable for fan films. Don't think if these aren't usable for Godzilla fan films. I mean, why shouldn't you be able to use these in a tank battle against Godzilla or a kaiju or something? So these also can benefit you. And when I say you, I'm referring to my fellow kaiju filmmakers out there. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.